In some ways, programming is just like painting. You begin with a blank canvas and basic raw materials, and with the blend of persistence, craftsmanship, and patience, you create the masterpiece. Same applies to the development of software products. Just like artwork, software development requires a huge amount of patience, logical reasoning, and programming knowledge. Ultimately, when it comes to problem solving, everything boils down to the understanding of problem and logic building. To be a successful developer, one must first understand logical programming and improve upon it rigorously through trying and testing. So, with this session, we'll cover top 10 tips and techniques of logical building that can help you improve your programming skills. But before we begin with this session, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button to never miss any update from Intellipaat.
The first tip we have on our list is start from the basics. While attempting the coding problem, many of us start feeling that we have never come across such algorithm or logic while studying and therefore are not able to solve the problem. But isn't this a problem in itself? To be able to develop programs, it is critical to go through all the theoretical concepts. Begin from the simple algorithms and then delve into difficult algorithms and try to contemplate how they can be applied to solve real world problems. You can find infinite resources out there to do that, such as programming books, YouTube videos, training programs, or even online blogs. Once you are clear with concept, try to attempt coding problems based on that concept. This will actually help you determine how well versed you are with that particular concept. The next step we have on our list is be consistent while learning to code. Many a times, beginners start learning programming with huge passion and determination. But even after putting in tons of efforts, if they don't find themselves becoming a good programmer, they start giving up. And definitely, this is the biggest mistake they commit. There is a popular saying that practice makes a man perfect. The same logic prevails in the case of programming. Giving up midway is not going to bring any success to you. It is important that you make a coding a habit. Make it point to revise or read online blogs and to solve programming questions on a daily basis. If you bring consistency into play, you'll find yourself building logical solutions in no time. If you ever feel like giving up, remember why you started learning programming in the first place. This will motivate you to put an extra ounce, and that's what it takes to master the programming framework. If you take a problem a day challenge, you'll see unimaginable improvements in your logic building skills, which will one day become your path to climb the ladder of success in top IT corporations. The third tip on our list is employ pen and paper approach. When you first encounter a coding challenge, you begin to consider a different ways to formulate a solution. Once you remember the similar algorithm, you will most likely stop and begin implementing it. That is the first error many commit while approaching the problem statement. That's why during technical interviews, interviewers prefer asking candidates to build a logic using pen and paper, and many fail to do that. The reason is pretty simple. People overlook logical understanding and prefer syntactical approaches. However, we strongly recommend you guys to practice developing pseudocodes or algorithms of the problem statements before actually implementing it. Doing this will help you in writing the code, and next time whenever you approach a similar problem, you'll be able to recollect the approach more easily. Not only that, but you'll also become syntactically strong. Next up is understanding data structures and algorithms. Data structure is used to organize your data in a specific manner. Understanding these methods of data organization can allow you to solve problems that require specific type of data modeling. It is quite critical that you understand and implement data structure concepts. Make a point to revise these concepts on a regular basis. A continual introspection over data structural concept will enable you to tackle difficult competitive programming problems. And that is a better thing, right? Now let's move to the fifth tip on our list. Do as many questions as possible. It happens with most of us that there comes a single question and most of us get stuck for 4 to 5 days and still are not able to crack it. There is only one way to overcome this challenge, and it is nothing but more practice. Try to solve problems on a regular basis. Visit coding platforms such as HackerEarth, HackerRank, CodeChef, and solve multiple problems based on different concepts. This will enable you to access their career portals as well, which is yet another beneficial thing for you guys. Then we have follow step-by-step approach as our next step. We do not begin running the day we are born. Coding follows the same logic, right? We should not jump into difficult questions right away. We should work our way up from basic to advanced questions. If you choose 10 questions, divide them into 5 easy questions, 3 medium questions and 2 difficult questions. These questions can be found on a variety of useful websites. Many beginners establish a comfort zone around easy level questions and don't attempt mediocre and advanced level questions at all. Instead of finding a comfort zone, we would suggest you to strike the balance between all levels. This will aid in passing the coding test during placement because the majority of questions are of mediocre difficulty level. Now that brings us to the 7th suggestion on our list. Be active on programming communities. A lot of beginners do not interact with other coders or the programming communities due to the imposter syndrome. This is one of the common mistakes that many newbies make. During the learning phase, it's always better to embrace coding communities to learn. Sometimes we get bored while solving the problems by ourselves with no one to teach or guide us. In such cases, you can always try discussing solutions or complex questions with fellow programmers across the globe. Stack Overflow, Reddit, GitHub, HackerRank, etc. All these online platforms not only aid in finding solutions to code related difficulties, but also help in learning the best coding approach from the top coders sitting across the globe. Not only that, but it will contribute towards your confidence and communication improvement. After that, we have keep learning new skills. Beginners must never get stuck on one topic or keep repeating themselves over and over again. It is good if you want to master one particular topic by studying and solving multiple problems. However, you should know when to move on. You must expand your knowledge and logic building skills by tackling new concepts and challenges. Not only that, but besides programming, you should learn about how to make your software product live on web or application stores. Delving into these unknown territories will help you become a more complete software developer. That brings us to the 9th tip on our list. Refer to solutions submitted by other programmers, whether you are unable to solve the problem or not. It happens a lot of times that we are not able to solve some question, so we just leave that question and move forward without implementing it. And for the question that we solve, we don't discover alternative ways to formulate optimal solutions. Checking for solutions is probably the most important method of learning how to handle programming challenges. Especially when it comes to logic, solutions provided in communities and by other programmers help explain how the logic is built and why. The why is critical question here because superior logic cannot be built without a clear understanding of how a program's logic functions and affects the programming as a framework. When you are stuck on a problem, you should not feel ashamed to look it up on web, coding communities or top submission section on programming platform. There is no point in wasting time being stuck in a problem. It is simply better to investigate the solution, learn from it and then implement it. You can test yourself after a few days to see if you can recall the solution. Remember, the best way is to understand how others build it so you can reenact the process when necessary. Last and most crucial tip on our list is to take on projects once you build a strong understanding of programming concepts. Working on projects provides and helps you build ideas. One of the most important things a beginner should follow to get better at programming and logic building has to be doing projects. Projects will give you an experience and exposure to become better at programming. During the time you work on project, you'll have to utilize all the knowledge that you have grasped while learning the programming, which makes it a best exercise to practice programming. Being a beginner, you can start with simple problems, and once you get hold of how you can approach software projects, you can take on difficult project challenges. Always remember, it's crucial that you make code readable and well structured while implementing project. This will allow you to trace the error and improve the understandability of code. Always break a large problem into smaller chunks and individually code each chunk. Doing this will help you become a master of this phenomenal art. On that note, we have come to the end of this session on how to improve logical building skills for programming. We hope that this session was informative and interesting. If you have any queries regarding this session, then please feel free to let us know in the comment section below. Our team of experts will be delighted to resolve all of your queries. Until next time, thank you and hit that subscribe button to come across more such technical videos from Intellipaat.
Just a quick info guys. Intellipaat provides full stack web development course in collaboration with ENICT IIT Guwahati. The course link of which is given in the description below.